So, to start off this movie review, we're gonna start with Black Adam, and then we're gonna go to Shazam 2: Fury of the Gods. Let me try to make this convenient. So, Black Adam has The Rock in it, as we all know. It has Pierce Brosnan as Dr. Fate. It has a couple other people as well that I forget. But I mainly watched it for Dr. Fate. The storyline, I'll say it was like a 3 out of 10. It was actually kind of predictable and stuff like that. I mean, I wanted Black Adam to be good because I originally liked superheroes, and Black Adam was one of the cooler supervillains, but I guess they really didn't touch on that. They touched on that for like probably about the first 5 minutes he's on screen, and then the rest is just like him basically fighting the Justice Society of America, so JSA, which has Hawkman, Pierce Brosnan as Dr. Fate. Then we have Cyclone, who personally I've never heard of. And then we have Atom Smasher, and I remember Atom Smasher from Justice League Unlimited. But yeah, it was okay. To be honest, I just didn't really, I didn't really enjoy the movie, man. It was a waste of time, number one. Okay, so we'll add more into this, but, so I'm saying more reviews, so we're actually going to make this a little bit longer. Let's finish with Black Adam, though. So, Black Adam, for me, I thought the storyline was a 3 out of 10. The action was a little bit better than The Flash or Justice League, so I'll put that at a 6 out of 10. The villains were a 2 out of 10 because basically, The Rock, Black Adam, he didn't really have much challenges. And then when you thought he did, during the first fight scene when he actually wakes up as Black Adam, he easily just beats that, and that's how it kind of goes with, every fight after that, He somehow finds a way to beat the shit out of Hawkman. Somehow finds a way to talk to Dr. Fate. And then Dr. Fate somehow dies. I think that's kind of bullshit because Dr. Fate is not only the best sorcerer in the DC universe, he's the best sorcerer ever. And that's not just me saying that. This guy can go to multiple dimensions. He can go back in time, forward in time. He can create his own, I'm pretty sure I said he could go through dimensions, but he can also create his own dimension. The Helmet of Fate doesn't really allow him to die unless it gets taken. It's Dr. Fate has such an OP lore that it's kind of it's almost impossible to kill him. So, I mean, just because Dr. Fate isn't really Dr. Fate, it's more of the Helmet of Fate using a person. So, anyway, let me get on to Shazam 2. So, Shazam 2, I thought it was okay. I don't think it was as bad as everybody was saying that was. I thought it was okay. I thought the villains were cookie cutter, but it's what it is. Both Black Adam and fucking I almost said Dr. Fate, Fury of the Gods, but Shazam, Fury of the Gods were they were well, they're not movies I'm gonna watch again, but they were okay to watch, I guess. I mean, Shazam was better than Black Adam for sure. Okay. Now I'm gonna add a bit to this review that I wanted to do, which was the Flash bonus features. So basically, a lot of stuff that I did not add about my Flash review. The storyline was actually pretty in depth. At certain times, I think the coolest part of it was that somehow the Flash was in Metropolis when Zod attacked, which, I mean, I could see it, but also Batman was there when Zod attacked, which begs the question, was Wonder Woman somewhere in that vicinity? Because Wonder Woman 1984 happens like 30 years, well, let's just use the 2013 storyline. 30 years after Wonder Woman 1984. Sorry, I confused myself, but yeah, the DC movies are confusing. Anyway, so the Flash was somehow there in Metropolis. We don't really get to know much about Iris West, except the only thing that Barry likes her. Barry met her in college, and then, like I said, the way he got his superpowers was just fucking dumb. Then, what else? They changed, a lot of the original, like, movies that came out in the 80s were changed around, so Back to the Future had a different actor in it rather than Michael J. Fox. Batman, Michael Keaton, is somehow a part of this fake universe that Barry traveled into. So there was also some other things I thought were kind of weird. So number one, at the end of the movie, he loses his tooth. Well, his tooth was knocked out by the electrical blast, and you would think like, hey, haven't you gotten these powers before? Or why don't you leave the fucking room so your other clone can get like shocked like you did, and then you just have the same powers. But anyway, so Barry number one gets shocked, and then that electric bolt goes through Barry number one to Barry number two somehow. Yeah. Anyway, lost his tooth from that, and at the end of the movie, his tooth fell out again, which really begs the question: did he just run back to some random universe? If the Flash doesn't really do anything in this movie. Not to say that he's a bad character, because he's not, but in this movie, he's just like a straight bitch. He doesn't care about saving the world. He cares more about like his mom and stuff. And then when when the bad Flash tells him, oh, it's an inevitable event, he's like, okay, well, that sucks, but then, like, he only cares about having his powers, okay, because I guess Zod was, dude, a lot of their money was just spent on fucking cameos. Like I said, like, it was just That's the stupid thing. Like, nothing really happened. Okay, Flash doesn't really have any like any bad guys to really challenge him or fight him. And I guess to end this off, another thing I just thought of right now was that fucking how is Zod faster than him? Because Zod wasn't faster than Superman, and I think they were a match for each other. You know, Superman had to go out and actually kill him. Go all out and actually kill him. But, you know, I think at the end of the day, what didn't make sense about the final fight was how he was faster than Barry. You think that Barry number 1 would have done this before and just told Barry number 2, okay, here's what I want you to do from when I fought Superman. What? Superman, yeah. So there's a Superman in my world, yeah. And it would have been cool if they put like a flashback scene to when he actually fought Superman in the Justice League. I thought that would have been mega cool, but you know, I guess they're not cool like that. They're bitches. And also, the person who directed this movie was Andy Muschietti. So Andy Muschietti, I think, has directed some low-rate horror movies and then other types of bullshit. I don't really watch his work at all. But, I mean, to end this off, I think DC made the right call hiring James Gunn. I don't really know how much he has in him, because I think the Gunn brothers are becoming like the Russo brothers. You know, people just want him because they're hot right now, and you know, all that. Like, good that he has the work, but if he puts out like actual good DC content, that's gonna be better. Not only for WB, but for DC in general, and definitely for him. Merchandise, money, all that type of stuff, dude. I hope you make him bank. But anyway, this has been Vampire Jack Reviews. Thank you for your time today. Peace.